Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say.
Hello, Bonjour and Bonani. Welcome to Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. It is so important. It is so important to follow your passion as an individual. So I believe that this network has the potential to completely revolutionize every aspect of your life and career. I am Dr. Riel Nkunene, and I'm going to be your host for today. So if you're watching us online, please feel free to drop in the chat box where you're watching us from and what you hope to gain from our podcast. Today, we are surrounded by greatness in the world wide web. We have amazing speakers who's going to share some nuggets on how to rise to greater heights, So in Florida, we have Samantha Stoltz. And Samantha will be sharing on tiny steps, big success. And then in Pennsylvania, we have Prophetess Amanda Kunkel. And Amanda, she's going to be sharing on the difference between performance and presence. And then in Trinidad and Tobago, we have Sheldon Lane. And Sheldon will be sharing on self-awareness. So at this moment, I'm just going to let our speakers to introduce themselves. You can go ahead, Samantha.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sammy. I study how our mind and body are in constant communication. So how your thoughts, your stress, the way you're interpreting your life becomes signals in your body. And they shape your nervous system, your immune system, and your energy over time. So basically, the way you experience your life is shaping the way your body responds to it. And when people understand that, they stop thinking that they're broken. And they start working with themselves instead of against themselves. And that's where the real change begins.
Wow. It's an honor to have you, Sammy. And really, I am looking forward to hear more of your message. When I was just going over your bio, I was like, wow, so many different heads. Yet, yes, you guys just about to unfold that. So it's an honor to have you, and I'm looking forward to hear more of your message.
Thank you.
You can go ahead, Prophetess Amanda, and please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Amanda Kunkel, and I channel divine guidance for the female leaders in the business world. And this guidance is almost always directed at their business, but we're not talking about just go market here. This is what your positioning should be like. Those can absolutely be answered, those questions. But this is that deeper sense of self where we bring them back to their God mission from when they were born, what they really are here to do and to be on purpose for through their business.
Wow.
Thank you.
I love that. Yes, we are here just to serve that purpose. And it's an honor to have you, Professor Amanda. And really, I'm looking forward to hear more of the nuggets that you're just about to drop in on this platform. Thank you for being with us. And thank you for saying yes. You can go ahead, Mr. Trelden, and please introduce yourself.
Hi to your audience. I'm very honored to be on your platform. My name is Charlton Lane. I am a motivational speaker, life coach. And what I seek to achieve is having my audience find purpose and self within, because I believe that once you have it within, it comes out. And the best place to be is in a happy state, happy being. Once you're happy, you're free to do whatever you please. I will always say it, happiness is what matters most. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. Wow. I choose my own happiness. If you are happy, everything will go well with you. And it's an honor to have you, Trelden. I am looking forward. I'm just admiring the beach behind you, by the way. I am looking forward to hear more of your message. So, Samantha, I have a question for you. I have a question for you. If you happen to have your own billboard, I can see your billboard coming down there in the busy highway in Florida, what will your billboard say?
My billboard would say, change your mind, change your biology, change your life.
Wow, change your mind, change your biology and your life. Once that has been changed, I always say change your mindset. So right now,
Exactly.
It's about the mindset. It's all about biology and it's all about your life. I love that. I love that.
It's all perspective.
Wow, I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Because once your mind has been changed, biology and life will fall into good place.
Exactly.
Amazing.
You can't live the same way
Right.
after you know things. Yeah.
Wow, that's so beautiful. How about you, Prophetess Amanda? What will your billboard say? Maybe your billboard is already down there. I don't know. What will your billboard say?
It would say horses and barns. I literally cannot do the work and the mission and the purpose that I was sent here for without getting dirt under my fingernails and brushing horses, riding, mucking stalls. There is something quite deliberate and in that very present moment when you are out with animals. And I've been known on more than one occasion to either have what it's often referred to as a sales conversation on horseback, or to message my clients' voice clips with all the chickens and whatnot going off in the background. So that's a little insider of how I'm able to show up in the way that I am to help everyone else.
Wow, I love it. Horses and bands. You know, the most beautiful animal out there is a horse. I just admire horses. Like I don't know. A horse to me is more like a human being. I'm sorry. Yes, but it's horses and brands. That's how you connect with your clients, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Wow. And how about you, Trolden? What will your billboard say?
It will say to live your life with transparency, self-awareness, and purpose. Because what you have inside makes or break you, but the only person who can break you is yourself. So work on yourself and make yourself better. And as your team of your platform, rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights within.
I love it. Wow. You know, the more you are self-aware of yourself, the more you're going to be able to put yourself in other people's shoes, the more you're going to be able to lead. And the more you're going to have an increased level of emotional intelligence. That's so, I don't know, you'll have to rise to greater heights from within. That's being self-aware. And I'm looking forward to hear your message, Trelden. Wow. So we're going to get started. We are flying from Trinidad and Tobago to Florida, where we have Sammy Stoltz. Sammy is a biomedical researcher, science communicator, and human optimization coach whose work explores how perception comes biology, specifically how stress, mindset, and lifestyle interventions influence neural function, inflammation, and epigenetic regulation. With a background in biology and biomedical engineering and an ongoing PhD training in integrative biology, she blends neuroscience, redox biology, and Okay, this one, psychoneuroimmunology. I've said it right. with
Nailed
practical,
it.
with practical evidence-based wellness frameworks. She hosts the Shine In and Out podcast and is the creator of the upcoming Science Meets Soul podcast. And she's also the founder of Shining and Out Coaching, where she translates complex research into grounded, empowering insights that help individuals work with their bodies rather than against them. So, kings and queens, please join me and welcome Sammy Stoltz.
Thank you so much. All right, let me get my screen shared. Oh, it says.
Are you trying to share your screen?
Is that all right?
Okay, let me give you, perfect. I believe you'll be able now to share.
There we go. Looks good.
Yes, it looks good.
Okay. So, welcome everyone. Let me ask you something. If you're anything like me, you've told yourself or other people that, okay, tomorrow I'm going to change my life. I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to eat perfectly and I'm going to do everything right. Well, if you're anything like me, you haven't been able to keep that bold statement up. So I think that we've all been there. So I wanted to start with a simple idea. Your life is not shaped by a few big moments. It's shaped by a collection of tiny ones, like compound interest. It's not the breakthrough, and it's definitely not the perfect plan, but the small decisions that you repeat when no one is watching that make the real difference. And those tiny steps don't just change what you do. Over time, they change who you become. And today I want to show you why that's true, not just psychologically, but biologically. So most change doesn't fail because people lack discipline. It usually fails for three simple reasons. It's too big, it's too fast, and it's too inconsistent. I get it. Big goals feel exciting, but they can overwhelm your system. And when something feels overwhelming, your brain treats it like a threat. So when we try to change everything all at once, needless to say, we create stress, and stress creates resistance. And when you have resistance, it's really hard to repeat a habit. And without repetition, nothing can stick. So a lot of people aren't failing because they're lazy. They're failing because they're working against their biology instead of with it. Because underneath all of this, your brain is constantly asking one question: am I safe? And before it accepts anything new, before it lets any habit stick, ask the question that prevails. If the answer is yes, you open up to growth. If the answer is no, you move into protection. And it's all in your biological perspective, not necessarily in your logical mind. And that is such an important distinction, because resistance isn't a flaw. It's actually your body trying to protect you from whatever the perceived threat is. And it's written in our biology. Our society evolved so much faster than we ever could. And therefore, your body reacts the same way to a hungry bear in front of you than it would the perceived threat of tax day. So safety and perspective are what allow change to happen at all. If you feel safe enough to be uncomfortable, if you program yourself to see discomfort as growth, and you value growth over comfort, that is where the real change begins and sticks. So, the reframe that changes everything. Tiny steps are what feel safe to your primitive brain. When something is small enough, your body doesn't push back. It doesn't feel like a threat. It just feels like Okay, I can do that. And that's what allows the repetition. And repetition, of course, is what allows things to stick. So small doesn't mean insignificant. It's actually what makes transformation possible. For instance, saying, okay, all I have to do is get to the gym and do 5 minutes of any exercise. Okay, I can do that. Well, then most of the time you're going to get there, you're going to feel good, get a hit of dopamine, and you're going to want to stay and do a little more. But don't be fooled, because you'll probably tell yourself, okay, yeah, I like this. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to do big workouts every day. Well, tomorrow, you're not really going to remember how good it felt. And your body's going to resist. And you'll have to play this game with yourself all over again. So keeping your expectation for yourself to something so small that it's almost laughable actually creates a huge reward when you do anything more than that. And dopamine is a very powerful reward and motivator for repetition. So whether it's foraging for berries or getting yourself to do some curls, it is a great tool in our toolbox. So this is where the science becomes really powerful. Because every time you repeat a small action, you strengthen the neural pathways behind it. So like the habits that you've built that took years of making, repetition isn't just practice, it's wiring. And it will take time. And one single action might feel insignificant, but consistency is what turns it into something real. The intensity of changing your whole life in a day or starting this incredible new meditation routine for an hour every day is exciting, but it creates spikes and there's always a crash. And usually some form of guilt or shame will follow. And those are two emotions that will always get in the way of our growth. So consistency of even tiny habits creates structure, and structure creates sustainability, because our brain isn't paying attention to what you're planning to do. It's paying attention to what you actually repeat. And this leads to one of the most important ideas, the identity shift loop. Your identity changes when your actions become proof. So you do one small thing, and that serves as evidence. And over time, that evidence reshapes how you see yourself. So you're not just completing a task, you're actually building trust with yourself. And we're so good at doing this for other people, making promises and following through. But as soon as you tell yourself, I'm going to wake up with that alarm, you find yourself breaking that promise so easily, like it's nothing. And so doing these small changes is about rebuilding that trust with yourself with one small piece of proof at a time. And everything gets easier from there. So what does this actually look like? 3 simple things. First, make it so small it almost feels silly. If it feels big, shrink it. Second, do it daily or as often as possible, because consistency beats intensity every time. And if you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. That is only going to get in the way of your growth. Just decide to never miss 2 days in a row. And third, no negotiation. Don't wait until you feel like it. Definitely don't hold out for motivation. Just choose to do the smallest version and don't let your mind talk you out of it. Because here's the interesting part. Once you start, you usually want to keep going. Make it as simple as, I will move my body for 10 minutes every day, however I feel like doing it. And you learn to listen to your body. Do I feel like stretching or walking or rock climbing, rollerblading, whatever it is? Your mind comes into better communication and connection with your body. And whether it's committing to writing one sentence instead of a full chapter or taking one deep breath instead of a full meditation routine, the goal is not to impress yourself. It's to build trust with yourself, because that is what teaches your brain, this is safe, this is possible, and this is who I am now. So if there's one thing I want you to take with you, it's this. Start so small, your body has to say yes. You don't need to become a completely different person overnight. You just need one action in the realm of what you're trying to commit to. You start there and repeat tomorrow until you identify as the person that does that thing. Because consistency does what intensity never could. And your mind and your life aren't shaped by what you do once, they're shaped by what you repeat. So let it be simple, let it be real, build those pathways, be kind to yourself, and trust that over time it will change far more than you think in yourself and in your life. Thank you so much. If this resonated with you and you want to go deeper, I would love to connect, stay connected. You can find me at sammystoltz.com or email me at sammy@sammystoltz.com. I've got a QR code here with my link tree, which is basically everything you could ever need to find me. And thank you for being here. I'm so excited to hear your thoughts and your questions.
Wow, Sammy. Just drop the mic. Drop the mic. As I was just listening and taking notes, those tiny steps, guess what? They will lead into bigger success. You've shared everything around the biology of wellness and the lasting change. I just love the way you've shared how consistency builds identity. And you've also mentioned that consistency also creates a structure. Those tiny baby steps, they will lead you in the right direction. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sammy, for sharing such a profound, much needed message that yes, you can take those tiny steps into bigger success. It's possible. It can be done. And you've done it. So anyone else can do it again. Okay. Thank you so much, Samantha, for sharing such a profound, much needed message. So now from Florida, we are going to Pennsylvania, where we have prophetess Amanda Kunkel. Amanda Kunkel centers women back into the God source within them, the internal throne where truth settles and authority stabilizes. She works with high-performing women who feel the friction of evolution. Rather than offering strategy or surface-level empowerment, Amanda gives them into sovereignty and the embodied alignment that occurs when a woman stops negotiating her truth for acceptance. Her work blends self and spiritual authority. The result is leadership that doesn't strain to impress, but it resonates. So kings and queens, please join me and welcome prophetess Amanda Kunkel.
Thank you. Thank you. There's something very interesting happening in general and this may also go for males, but I've always worked with women just because that is who has sought me out. It's not just business owners anymore. It's also women in their careers. And these are women, business owners and women in their careers where they've climbed the corporate ladder, right? If we're looking at a business owner, she's taken all the courses, hired the mentors, knows the funnels, has had the branding done. And while she had consistent monetary return for it, things started to feel a little stale. In fact, the women that I spoke to last week, their words were like, the passion's gone. I built this beautiful empire and there's nothing wrong with it. And career women can feel this way as well, especially in corporate. But something's just not right. I don't know. Unmotivated and burnt out are also two other words that this specific year have come up over and over. So while yes, I have and I can channel the divine doodads, I call them the doodads. That's the marketing, the strategy, the copy, the right circles, the mindset. That only gets you so far and won't get you past this point. It's not even a stuck point. It's just This is where your mission with God comes in. And God, by the way, that's universe, soul sister, whatever that ultimate love of connection for you is. When I say God, that is what I am referring to. When we come here, our souls agree to mission and purpose. And it can absolutely get lost along the way of building an empire business, hiring the team members, all of a sudden stepping into this CEO role and climbing the corporate ladder. I've watched friends go through law school and work their way up to partners and go, oh my gosh, this is not what I wanted. It's not how I wanted it. The beautiful news is this is not you have to recreate the whole wheel moment. There is a subtle alignment that happens within that divine blueprint that will put the passion back in your business or your career. This is really the difference of performance and presence. Because let's face it, in some way, we perform a little bit and not as out of manipulation. Like when I put my red lipstick on, like we're in a whole different mood, right? And that's not because I'm trying to manipulate anyone or hide behind something. You hear that a lot in the coaching world. Are you hiding? Are you not visible? Do you just need more of? It accidentally goes into performance when people start getting to that spot where they've built the empire and the career and they're just going through the motions, nodding to their colleagues who actually they really don't align to anymore. But they also don't want to rock the boat because at the top of the empire, it gets really lonely, right? That's where performance accidentally comes in. Switching from that to presence, this is the practical side, right, of what I just called the divine blueprint, your soul mission. When you're in present, it's tuning in to your own God self within you. Not listening to some guru tell you how it's supposed to be, right? You don't really need a middleman. A guide, that's where I come in. But this is about you and your God source. And I create the environments that allow women to touch into that. Because I could talk myself blue in the face, but unless she has that internal aha moment, nothing's going to change. Dropping into presence for me, I said it earlier, the horse is the barn. There's practical things you can do, right? This isn't just all woo-woo, let me channel you something pretty. I mean, I can do that too, but I'm also going to always tell people to drop into presence, to take what you know to do in your regular life to help you drop in, to help you connect to that God source. This morning, I woke up to a message from a woman I spoke to just 2 weeks ago. And her message said, dude. I love being called dude. It's kind of like when the teenagers call you bro these days, right? I have 2 clients that just came out of nowhere to talk with me, to want to work with me. Here's what we talked about. And it was a very short conversation where I helped her identify her passion, which she went, oh my goodness, I've been saying yes to things that I don't want to for fear of missing out from the business collective and what everybody is doing right now. So she immediately put down some no's, stepped out of some things, focused on what was big in her personal life coming up for this month, because this was 2 weeks ago. And that was it. Other than her daily coming back to center with her God source, she's a woman of deep faith. And there the clients were. And she feels good. She had spoke about losing her passion, but once she took out the, wait, I've been saying yes to all these things that really aren't aligned with what I want to be doing or bring me joy in my business, there you go. Coming back to the family also brings in a lot of presence. Just another practical little tip for you, right? God first, family second, business third. That was what Mary Kay Ash. If you would like to lean in a little bit here with your passion, you can find me at amandakunkel.com or by my name on Facebook. I would love to lean in there with you a little bit. Not only get your days and businesses feeling fabulous and mission centered again, but to allow that passion to really come through. And then, of course, to see the sales come with it. Thank you, everyone.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow, Amanda, thank you so much for sharing such a profound, much needed message. You've shared a grounded redefinition of empowerment, and then you've walked us through the difference between performance and presence. You've also shared how to actually recognize when we are managing perception instead of leading from internal alignment. And why that split shows up in our businesses, in our teams, as well as in our results. What a profound, much needed message around performance and presence. Thank you so much, Amanda, for sharing such a much needed message. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, your nuggets with us. Thank you. So now from Pennsylvania, we are going all the way to the Caribbean, in Trinidad and Tobago, where we have Sheldon Lane. Sheldon Lane stands as a beacon of inspiration, the visionary founder of Sheldon's Greetings, a distinguished line of motivational sentiments designed to stir the very core of public consciousness, guiding individuals towards the profound discovery of their authentic selves. His entrepreneurial spirit further manifested in the establishment of the Sheldon Lane Management Group, which is the aromatic allure of the fragrance store, and the philanthropic heart of the Sheldon Lane Foundation. Each endeavor a testament to his multifaceted dedication to upliftment. So at the core of Sheldon's prodigious talent lies an innate gift for songwriting, which is a melodic alchemy born from his deeply poetic soul. His quintessential passion resonates in the exquisite art of music composition, where he masterfully weaves narratives designed to impart profound truth, educating audiences on the invaluable worth inherent within each human spirit. So kings and queens, please join me and welcome Sheldon Lane.
Hi. Can you allow me to share the screen, please? Allow me to share the screen, please.
Oh, you want to share screen?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Perfect.
All right, cool. I got it.
There you go.
All right. Are you all seeing it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Right.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
My name is Sheldon Lane, and I deal with trying to help people, individual, find purpose within. So to your audience, I'm very honored to be on this platform, and I hope to impart some nuggets to you that can help you live your life with transparency, self-awareness, and purpose. Many people live behind masks. That's a key idea. But true growth starts with honesty. So we have to ask ourselves, are we honest enough to live our life with sincerity, transparency, and honesty? I'm a firm believer that once you're honest, anything else can follow suit. But if you are dishonest, everything you do can be counterproductive to yourself as well. Now, transparency, being real with yourself. Can you ask yourself a fundamental question? Are you real with yourself? If you need to be transparent, You have to be real, meaning live in the truth of who you are, live in the domain of who you are, live in the kingdom of your mind of who you are. Because if you lack that tendency of being transparent, nothing is worth living for. Because again, being real with oneself is what gets the work done. So transparency is not about oversharing, it's about self-honesty. Mind you, I use the word self-honesty. So we have to ask ourselves, who am I really? Have you ever questioned that, ask yourself that question? Who are you? What are you about? Why are you here? Some of us don't even know the answers to this. And those are very fundamental questions that can shape your life. And mind you, I use the word your life. So stop living in expectation of or appearance. You must live in truth. You cannot grow if you are not honest with yourself. Again, I'm going to emphasize or re-emphasize, you cannot grow if you're not honest with yourself. Self-awareness, understanding yourself. Have you as an individual understand who you are? Comes from transparency, help you identify yourself, strengths and weakness, habits, emotional triggers. Many people live on autopilot, repeating cycles, meaning they're just going with the flow. Has that been counterproductive to us? Have we not understand that live in the trueness of who we are by being self-aware, giving yourself the control to redirect yourself to a new dimension? And mind you, I use the word redirect, meaning you maybe could be going off course, but you have the capacity to redirect your life, shape your life, and build your life subtly. Growth, thought, awareness. Have you grown? Grown is a word. Growth is not always comfortable, but if you have to discover yourself, learn the tricks, and the tricks are bad habits, limiting beliefs, avoiding needed healing. Don't avoid it, embrace it. Mind you, the user word, don't avoid it, embrace it. Meaning, become that. Live in your truth. Live in what self-awareness is the first step to transformation. Transformation is a very powerful word. Meaning, are you self-aware to transform your life, to know your weakness, your strengths, your problems? You have to know these things if you have to move forward. If you don't, you, as a terminology I will use, is spinning top in mud. Discover your substance, your true inner life, character, values, authentic identity. Moves you away from needing validation. Build self-confidence is rooted in who you are. Did you hear what I said? Build confidence is rooted in who you are. Meaning it comes from within. It comes from within. So the very first place to start is within. Living with purpose. Purpose, your whys. What is your why? Some of us don't even know what is our whys. Why do we do the things we do? Why? Why? Again, are you purposefully driven, or are you then going with the current? Conform comes from understanding yourself deeply, aligning your life with meaning and impact. How could you have a better life if you don't see the need in making yourself better? So this is an equation. I call it a math equation. Your gifts plus Your awareness equals your direction. Hear it again. Your gifts, your awareness, your direction. Meaning, some of us don't even know what gifts we have. How can you be aware? And once you become aware of your gifts, your talents, your capabilities, you can direct your direction. Because if you continue going down a road that is destructive, you're constantly going to live in a messy, messy life. So, reaching your full potential. Mind you, I use the word full potential. Your potential is always ready within you. You are the person. Requires honesty, reflection, introspectional growth, and when you live with purpose. To ask yourself, how are you doing that bracket? Gain clarity, builds your confidence, yourself inspires others. What are you doing with the knowledge you have gained? Are you helping other people to live better lives, grow better lives? So my call to action is very simple. Be transparent with yourself. Take time to reflect on your growth. Understand your substance. If you don't know your substance, any road will take you there. And my final message, don't just exist. Live with purpose and intention. So thank you all for listening to my small presentation. My name is Trelden Lane, and you can find me on social media. My name, Trelden Lane. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. Just Google, I'm the only Trelden in the world. I'm the only Trelden Lane in the world. There's no other Trelden Lane. I don't know why. But I love it that way. You can find me, as I type in my name, you'll see me pop up. So again, it was an honor. And thank you a lot for taking in the knowledge that can make you live a more better and holistic life. So in my great conclusion, don't just exist. Live with purpose and intention. Thank you very much.
Woo. Don't just exist. Live with intention, with purpose and intention. What a message. What a message around self-awareness. Thank you so much, Trelden, for being so unique. You've mentioned that you are the only Trelden in the whole entire world. I'm going to go out there and prove you wrong if I can. Thank you so much for guiding us towards a life of transparency, self-awareness, and purpose. You've also helped us to understand ourselves and also how to discover the substance that is within, leading us to a higher ideal and our full potential. You've also mentioned that growth is not always comfortable. Yes, it's not comfortable, but it's a necessity. We need to grow. We need to show up into the world the way we are. We don't need anyone's approval to show up and being someone to please the world, but just show up as yourself. The world is gonna fall into good ground because you've decided to show up by being just yourself. That's being self-aware on your surroundings, and you're gonna be able to lead with an increased level of emotional intelligence if you just show up as you are. Thank you so much, Trelden, for sharing such a profound, much needed message. Honestly, I'm gonna go back and watch the replay over and over again because this is worth listening. So thank you. So to all viewers online, if you happen to have any questions for Sammy, if you happen to have any questions for Amanda, if you happen to have any questions for Trelden, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat box. We're gonna be able to attend to your questions at the end of the podcast. I can see Benoit watching, and he's giving us all the blue hearts, all the love that we need. I can see, oh my goodness, my Pastor Mukhanedi, he's also watching us online all the way in South Africa. I can also, Mariah is saying safety and perspective, safety and perspective. And Annalise giving us all the pink hearts that we need. We really need those hearts, honestly. And I can see Stella Goodwill watching. He's saying performance and presence. And I can see Bongegile, she's saying, Prophetess Amanda, internal alignment. Thank you so much. Am I honest enough to live my life with sincerity? Who am I? Why am I here? Introspection time. And she's also affirming this, that yes, I have the capacity. Thank you so much, Sheldon. She's saying, thank you so much, Sheldon, for sharing with us. I am inspired. Everything you have said is true and resonates. And I believe that our audience really, they've been inspired, they've been motivated, but by all of your messages. Oh, Sheldon has just disappeared. Okay. They've been inspired.
I'm still here.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good. Yes. So, yeah, at the end of the podcast, I believe we're going to have some few questions, and you're going to be able to also share your final thoughts on the subject for today. But it's not going to be a show without me showing up and showing off. Let me see if I can grab my bio here. I'm going to share my bio with you, and then I will come back and speak. So please do enjoy. Let me share my screen. Bio. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. Really, my goal as a mentor or as a coach, it's so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to pursue success and drive sustainable. I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. Mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights.
Dr. Nampumelelo Rial Kunene is an international human rights policy analyst who consults on policies and procedures related to human rights compliance. She is a highly sought-after, energetic, certified Lace Brown international speaker. This passionate leader holds a PhD with a discipline in leadership and business. Dr. Rial N. Kunene is the author and host to Rise to Greater Heights, a book and YouTube channel to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. She is also a coach, mentor, and an MC, well known for encouraging many to rise from mediocrity into greatness. Her vision is not only to motivate, but also to empower audiences with a fresh perspective inspiration they require to pursue success and drive sustainable outcomes. In a seriously funny way, Dr. Kunene is an award-winning author, 10 times #1 Amazon and international best-selling author. Her #1 best-selling book, Rise to Greater Heights, has inspired and empowered many to pursue their personal and professional passion to become go-getters. As a trainer, diplomacy protocol officer, and strategist, Rial believes that we are in full control of our choices. Her mission is to meet the needs and transform lives of her clients and her audience. She is also a true advocate for creating new policies that uphold human rights and prevent human rights violations. Dr. Kunene's purpose is to teach everyone about human rights and help organizations understand and promote human rights. Her goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs, then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. This change maker, trailblazer, and revolutionary is pushing boundaries and creating a real change worldwide. Like a phoenix that never accepted defeat and rose from its own ashes, she wants to challenge you to unleash your greatness and rise to greater heights. Dr. Rial N. Kunene wears many hats. As a professional certified sales manager, CEO, certified travel counselor, publisher, medical esthetician, philanthropist, and a commissioner for oaths, following her dreams gave her purpose to see her goals through and understand that she does have everything she needs to reach her full potential. Her everyday message is that your journey to be a better person starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core will make you understand that you are the only one who can accomplish your dreams. Hebrews 11, Psalms 27 and 40 keeps her to rise to greater heights. The sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Kings and queens, please join me. Welcome, Dr. Rial N. Kunene.
Wow. I am really, really honored. I am so humbled really to be following after such speakers. I remember Samisha mentioned that you'll have to take tiny steps towards bigger success. And then Prophetess Amanda on the other side, she shared the difference between performance and presence. And then Sheldon, oh my God, he just nailed it by sharing everything around self-awareness. And I'm going to say, you know what, kings and queens, just follow your passion and then rise to greater heights. So today I just want to speak to every dreamer, every builder. I just want to speak to every visionary and every person who knows deep down in their hearts that, you know what, I was created for more. My message is just simple, yet life-changing, just to follow your passion and rise to greater heights. Because passion is not just about something that you truly like. Passion is the fire God placed inside of you. It is that thing that keeps calling your name even when life gets busy. It is the burden you carry, the vision that you cannot ignore, and the purpose that keeps on whispering on your ears that there is more for you. And the truth is, many people, they live their whole lives trying to fit into spaces they were never, ever designed for. They chase approval instead of purpose, and they settle for comfort instead of calling. They become who the world expects them to be instead of who they were created to become. But I came here today to remind you that you were not born to shrink, but you were born to rise against all odds. So, kings and queens, if you're that entrepreneur who dream of reshaping the world through your business and envision several extra commas in your bank account, yet you find yourself like blocked in your journey to your success, trust me, I am the answer. Oh, hi, by the way, I'm Dr. Rial N. Kunene, and I'm not for the timid, but I am the rocket fuel that your business needs to blast past barriers and rise to greater heights. So as your business strategist and optimizer, what I do is that I empower motivated professionals to discover their full potential and also shift them into growth overdrive. So from owning two diverse companies to having experience as a CEO and guiding Fortune 500 companies to helping multi-million-dollar enterprises, I believe that I have a distinctive talent for empowering high-achieving coaches, elite startups, and business leaders to become dominant forces in their industries, because I believe that the sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So we are all forced to rise to greater heights. So be the one in charge of your own driver's seat, kings and queens. Be the one in charge of your own driver's seat, because you are the only driver here. So before I continue, I just want to take you on a short journey. You know, 18 years ago, I left the country where I was born and raised and stepped into a completely new world around me. Like many immigrants, I carried more than just one luggage when I arrived. I carried my dreams, responsibilities, and the quiet determination to make a difference. So I stepped off the plane here in Canada with two luggages. One luggage was carrying my clothes, of course, but the other one, it was carrying something that was much heavier, which is my dreams. Yes, my dreams that has traveled more than 13,000 kilometers from a small African kingdom called Eswatini. I remember standing in that airport, surrounded by a new culture and a new system. And like many immigrants who cross borders, I had a quiet question in my heart. I had that question in my heart. Do I truly belong here? Can someone like me really lead here? Because when you move across continents, you quickly realize something. You realize that no one knows your story. No one knows your sacrifices, and no one sees the leadership that you carry inside of you. Kings and queens, you really don't have to see the whole staircase to get to the top, but you need to take the first step to get to the top. As my mentor always say, that you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great in life. So get started today by following your passion. So with me in that moment, standing in that airport, I had a choice. I could either spend my life trying to fit into spaces that were never ever designed with women like me in mind, or I could just rise, grow my voice, and help reshape what leadership looks like in those spaces. So I chose the second path. And that decision, trust me, it changed everything around me. And today, nearly like 2 decades later, that young woman who arrived here with 2 luggages now stands before you as an international leadership strategist and a global voice committed to helping others to rise to greater heights. But here is what I want you to understand today. My story is not the most important story in this virtual platform. Your story is, because somewhere in this room sits a future CEO, a future policymaker, and a woman whose leadership will change thousands of lives. And maybe you haven't fully realized it yet. So it's a wake-up call, kings and queens, to follow your passion. It's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call. But when that alarm clock goes off, please, please don't ever hit the snooze button. Don't be like, I will wake up in the next 2 minutes. I will wake up in the next 4 minutes. You know what? Forever is a long time. Why don't you wake up, get going, and follow your passion? So hear me clearly here. Every great mountain climber understands this. The higher you go, the harder the climb, but the greater the view. Will you all agree with me in this, that the higher you go, the harder the climb, but the greater the view? So don't let temporary discomfort make you abandon permanent purpose. Sometimes the very same obstacles you are facing today are not there to destroy you. They are there to develop you, because greatness is not built in comfort zones. Greatness is built in resilience. Greatness is built in obedience, and greatness is built when you keep showing up, even when you don't yet see the full results yet. You keep showing up. And this is where many people miss their breakthrough, because they want elevation without preparation. They want the spotlight without the process, and they want success without sacrifice. No, it's not going to happen like that. So I remember myself sitting in those rooms where I was sometimes the only African woman, and sometimes the only voice representing a different global perspective. And in those moments, I realized something powerful. I realized that leadership is not about where you come from. Leadership is about what you choose to stand for when you enter that room. So I just want to remind you just one truth today, that your background is not a limitation. Your story is your leadership power. And when professionals from different cultures, different industries, and different experiences step forward to lead, we do more than just advancing our careers, kings and queens, but we transform the future of leadership itself. But one thing that you'll have to understand is that you can't give from an empty cup. No, you can never, ever give from an empty cup. It's high time you fill up your cup first by following your passion. Fill up your cup first, and then from the overflow, you're going to be able to share with the world around you. You're going to be able to impact the world around you. Fill up your cup first, and then from the overflow, the world will benefit from you. So if you truly want to rise to greater heights, you must be willing to become the person that your next level requires. That means growing your mind, strengthening your character, honoring your calling, and walking boldly even when the path is unfamiliar, because your passion is not an accident, but your passion is an assignment. What you carry inside of you, kings and queens, is not small. What you have overcome is not wasted, and what you have survived has prepared you for where you are going. Some of you on this virtual platform have been playing small for too long. It's a wake-up call now. You've been doubting your voice, minimizing your gifts, and delaying your destiny because you are waiting for that perfect time. And that's exactly why I created my Rise to Greater Heights masterclass, which is designed specifically for individuals like you and me who are ready to move from potential to global influence. Because I've worked with different entrepreneurs, I've worked with executives and leaders across industries, and I noticed something. Many brilliant professionals are working so hard. They've been really working so hard, but they've never been told how to strategically position their leadership globally. It's high time, kings and queens, that you start focusing on your leadership influence. You've got so much influence in that within you. And focus on expanding your voice beyond borders. Don't be just grounded that, you know what, I'm okay, I'm here, I'm an American, that's my area. I'm okay, I'm here, I'm a Canadian, I'm just fine. I'm okay, I'm here. I don't know what you call Trinidad and Tobago, but don't be comfortable in that comfort zone. Begin to expand globally, because the world does not just need talented individuals. The world needs visible, prepared, and influential leaders. So in this leadership experience, we go beyond motivation. I know right now it sounds like motivation. So we focus more on strategy, positioning, and leadership execution. And together we will explore how to position yourself as a credible leader internationally, how to build a strategic influence and leadership authority, and how to navigate leadership spaces with confidence and diplomacy, and also how to expand your voice, your networks, and opportunities globally, because I believe that leadership should not happen by accident. It should happen by design. You design yourself to be that kind of leader that you've dreamt 20 years ago. Because like as flight attendants always say that, put on your oxygen mask first before you assist the person who's sitting next to you. Because if you don't, trust me, when that flight goes down, you will definitely go down for sure, because you forgot to put on that oxygen mask first to yourself before you go ahead and help your children, your spouse. It's high time you focus on yourself first with that oxygen mask, because the reality is your journey to become a better person, it doesn't start with the person sitting next to you. Your journey to become a better person starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach to your full potential. So don't ever, ever give up on your heart's desires. Just recall this, just in case you can't find your way, that you can have the drive within you to become what you really want in life. You know, I am a firm believer of affirmations. Let's affirm this together. Let's affirm this together as if we're taking an oath by placing your left hand on your chest, and you're gonna raise your right hand with me. Let's affirm this together, that I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Can you say it one more time, as if you have faith in your own powerful voice? And guess what? It will echo throughout the whole universe. Say, I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Yes, just give yourself a round of applause, because yes, you can have the drive within you to become what you really want to be in life. You can have the drive within you to get where you want to be in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months. The drive is just inside of you. You know, it's so funny how my mom and dad gave me this beautiful, beautiful name, Nompumelelo. I know many, when they try to say my name, they always butcher my name, but Nompumelelo, really, in my own language, Nompumelelo, it means mother of all success. So you can see that I am really, really challenged to chase after success. No matter what comes my way, I'll have to chase after success. So if I may ask you, how many of you have dreams and goals that you want to achieve? Maybe let me say in the next 6 months. I know myself, I am one of those. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. So as a coach or as a mentor, like many of us here, my goal is so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify your limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired actions to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. I so wish that you can just tell yourself that, you know what, I've had enough. All these amazing speakers have shared more nuggets on how you can actually rise to greater heights. I so wish that you can just tell yourself that, you know what, it's high time. It's now or never. I go out there and be the change that I want to see. Be the change, make a difference to those who look at you as an inspiration. But in order for you to go out there and be the change and make a difference, you've got to be hungry. You've got to be hungry like a hungry lion in the jungle. Really, that hungry lion in the jungle, it doesn't matter what kind of animal comes his way. It doesn't matter if you're that giant elephant or that small squirrel by the jungle. All that hungry lion sees in front of his face is lunch. Yes, it's lunch. And it's so funny though, because even with elephants, what they do when they see a lion is that they run. It's all about the mindset. Once you believe, you become. They already told themselves that, you know what, I am a lunch to that lion. So each and every time when I say lion, I'll have to run. I believe that's the lion mindset that we need in order for us to be able to follow our passion, because no one ever told the lion that you are the king of the jungle. No one. It's a mindset thing. I believe that's the lion mindset that we need in order for us to be able to rise to greater heights. You know, it's so funny. When I was in the 8th grade, I'm going to cut the story short here. When I was in the 8th grade, I was nicknamed Phoenix. I was nicknamed Phoenix after writing a composition using the idiomatic expression that says, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix bird, meaning I became successful again. Really, that English teacher, she didn't know that the nickname Phoenix, it resonates with me. And it also aligns with my destiny. So for those of you who don't know the phoenix bird, the phoenix is a Greek mythological bird believed to rise from its own ashes after being buried like hundreds of years ago. This immortal creature, it acquires new life by rising from the ashes of its own ancestors, which represents our capacity for vision and success. So I want to encourage you, if you're watching and listening under my voice today, I just want to encourage you that when your world comes crashing down, wear your scars to show how a phoenix feels like to die from inside, and trust in your own capability to rise from your own ashes, since the phoenix has to die, burn, experience pain before resurrection from its own ashes. Please write this down in conclusion. Resilience to greatness. Resilience to greatness. And I know you've had this before. I know that you've had this before, that your setback is your setup for your comeback. Your setback is your setup for your comeback. So if I can be honest with you, I don't know what goals you've set for the next 6 months. I don't know what dreams you have for your own future, but here's one thing I know about you. You are destined for greatness. Inside of you, God has put seeds of excellence. Those seeds are supposed to grow and flourish. But many people have become crippled by their past encounters, and some have stepped over other people to get to the top. But I believe that with God, we are all destined for greatness as long as we follow his strategy. This is when the growth commences, because discovering your gifts and following God's idea, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach to your full potential. My everyday inspiration, Mr. Les Brown, he once said, if you had to die today, what dreams, what ideas, what visions, what goals, what skills, what talents, and what books will die with you? And the late Dr. Miles Monroe continued saying that the richest place on this planet is the cemetery, because that's where all the goals, all the visions, all the skills, all the talents have been buried. Honestly, I don't know about you, but with me listening to all these inspiring messages, it stirred something within me. And that was when I decided to follow my dreams, which gave me a purpose to see my goals through and understand that I do have everything around me to reach to my full potential. So this year, I'm also determined to rise to greater heights with as many motivated individuals who are maybe ready to start, grow, and scale your business within 90 days. Yes, it's possible that you can get started and grow that business within 90 days. Perhaps you're that individual who was like, I don't have time for writing a book. So you decided to put your manuscript aside. I am here to encourage you that yes, you can get started. You can get started with that book and you can publish a #1 bestseller book. And that book has to be selling, not just being kept on Amazon shelves. It has to be selling. So I offer a free, no obligation 30-minute friendly Zoom consultation call, which will kind of allow me to find out more about the issues that you are experiencing, and also to see if you're a perfect fit for any of my programs, because really, I don't just work with anyone. I work with individuals who's going to benefit something from me. So those are the individuals that I am really interested in working with. So if you're interested in becoming a public speaker, an author, a coach, or maybe that entrepreneur who just want to multiply your income, just doing what you truly love and making a real impact out there, I just want to empower you to become a highly effective and an inspiring leader with a personalized, measurable, but a scalable program. So go on my website at www.risetogreaterheights.com and book that free consultation call, because my ultimate goal is that you feel extremely confident about your purpose. So we'll take it one step at a time, and you are definitely going to transform. So if you give me a why, I will show you the how. How cool is that? So this consultation, it offers accountability, education, growth, as well as success. Go on my website, Kings and Queens. So let me leave you with just this thought before I hop off the stage, the virtual stage right now. Let me leave you with this thought. The world is not waiting for more perfect leaders. The world is just waiting for courageous individuals who are willing to rise. You know, those individuals who will bring wisdom into boardrooms, individuals who will build businesses that transform communities, individuals who will shape policies, mentor the next generation, and lead with integrity across nations. And that leader is just sitting in this virtual platform right now. So Kings and Queens, please know that your leadership is not an accident. Your voice is not a coincidence, and your vision is not too big. It was just placed inside of you because the world needs it. So growing up, I didn't have much in life because my father decided to have an early departure on this planet Earth. But I thank God that I missed that flight, because I'm still here. I'm still sharing my message. I'm still impacting many souls out there as much as I can, because I believe that I had everything because of my mama's love. And I love you, love you, love you, love you so much, Mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel N. Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. At this moment, please feel free to share with the audience how they can reach out to you, how they can work with you, and also share your final thoughts on how one can rise to greater heights. So, Sammy, the stage is yours, Queen.
That was beautiful. I first of all was stricken by how similar all of our messages are, how complementary. You know, we have the purpose, we have the don't be afraid of discomfort and the growth, and don't deny, you know, what you were born to be doing. I love all of it, and it's really what I tell a lot of my clients as a coach is you have to define success for you, because society's definition of success is never going to fit you as an individual. And once you figure that out, you can figure out the how. So I work as a coach. I write a lot. I have my own podcast. I post videos. And you can find me on Substack, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, anything through sammystoltz.com. And yeah, I would love to help make the world a greater place, one person at a time. So thank you.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Sammy. I believe that our audience really, they will definitely reach out to you, because you are the accountability partner that they need, someone who's going to hold them accountable for their own actions. So if Sammy's message resonates with you, please feel free to reach out to Sammy, and she's going to guide you with the tiny steps, but towards bigger success. Thank you so much, Sammy.
Thank you. I want to give not only inspiration, but also tools. That's the goal.
That's powerful. That's powerful. So you've heard it. What Sammy just said, that Kings and Queens, go out there and reach out to Sammy, and you will never gonna regret this moment. And if you are also a speaker, reach out to her, because she has a podcast. Maybe we're gonna have a round two on her platform. Who knows? Yes. So go out there and reach out to Sammy. Thank you so much, Sammy. You can go ahead, Prophetess Amanda, and share with the audience, please.
Hi, sure. So, final thought is just connect with your God source through your presence. That's where your power is. That's where that passion, that drive, be on mission is. I help women do this one-on-one. I do offer what's called one-off sessions, which are just quick little tune-ups. I also offer one-to-one programming, which are longer environments to move through the whole threshold of the full embodiment and walking through to that business mission and allowing the money to come with it. amandakunkel.com has all of my links. Thank you so much. And here's my blessing for you and your God.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much, Amanda. Oh, wow. You say your website is amandakunkel.com? So go out there, kings and queens, and reach out to someone who's more especially you women. If you're a woman and watching under our voices today, go out there and reach out to Amanda, and she's gonna guide you like more on the side of spiritual uplifting. Amanda is your go-to. So go out there and reach out to her. Thank you so much, Amanda. And I believe that our audience will be in touch with you. Thank you. You can go ahead, Trolden, and please share with the audience.
Hi, again, it's an honor to be on to Rise to Greater Heights. Very honored to be on the platform. I'm honored to be here. And I basically seek to let you find purpose within, because I believe once you have that conquer, you can conquer anything else. But you can have all the money, all the talents, all the gifts, and if you don't have peace within, you are confused basically. You are you're problematic basically. So the best place to start is within. And Prophet, Amanda, I would love to talk to you. Miss Simi, I would love to talk to you. Let's network after the show. You all doing some very, very good work. Aligning is very much important, and networking. I see this as networking. So how can you find me, Trelden Lane? Right. I'm on Instagram and I'm also on Facebook. So my name is Trelden Lane. If you want, I can spell it for you. TRELDON, Trelden Lane, LAYNE. So you all just go on Facebook and Instagram and you could find me there. And at present, I'm working on building my website. So my website will be coming soon. Again, thank you for this audience. And thank you for the love and the support. And I love it, all your brands. All of you have beautiful brands. Keep up the excellent work that you all are doing. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Sheldon. Really, I believe our audience, you've already shared your email, you've shared on where they can find you on all social media platforms. His email is Sheldon, like the first and last name @gmail.com. So go ahead and email Sheldon. He's a speaker. He's just doing amazing things out there. He's a philanthropist. I was just going over his bio. Like, his bio is so rich and his message resonates. So if Sheldon's message really resonated with you, if you're watching and listening under our voices today, go ahead and reach out to Sheldon, because you need someone who's going to hold you accountable, more especially men. I'm inviting you to join Sheldon. Go and reach out to Sheldon. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. You know, I know that you are all fully engaged with the many different hats that you are wearing out there. But for you to spare the 90 minutes to be with us here at Rise to Greater Heights Network, we really don't take it for granted. We are so honored. We are so humbled. We just want to appreciate you all, our amazing speakers. We just want to say thank you for your presence. Thank you for pouring all of your hearts. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us here at Rise to Greater Heights Network. And I believe that our audience really, they have gained a lot from all of you the way I did. And I'll go back and watch the replay again. And, you know, just keep on filling my cup until it overflows. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. Thank you. So to our audience online, Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us here at Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can always turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. I hope from all these amazing messages, from all these amazing speakers, you've been inspired, you've been motivated, and you are ready to rise to greater heights. So do join us next week at the same time, same place. Thank you. Merci. Sia Bonga.
Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say. Let him lay me traps and men to pray to Jehovah, me I pray. Let I be me instead of playing games. For chasing fame, let somebody set the lack of flames. No, living my life to the fullest and shout out my halala to the fullest. Let my lungs out. I'm still rising up to greater heights as long as